ミッチはノーマッドクラン、アルデカルドスの古株で、本作の主要な登場人物の一人です。V と初めて出会ったのはパナムがミッチとスコーピオンに助立ちを求めた時でした。ミッチ、パナム、スコーピオンはそれぞれ古くからの友人です。パナムがクランを抜けてないとしてで働き始めてからも、ミッチはパナムのことを気にかけていました。クランはクラン、パナムはパナム、としてあくまでファミリーのことを第一だと考えつつも、パナムのことは変わらずファミリーの一員だと思っており、自らのできる範囲でパナムに助力します。パナムが借りたグラードがその品です。V とミッチが再び出会ったのは最悪の場面でした。V たちが落とした AV に近づいたミッチらアルデカルドスはカンタオの迎撃に遭い、多くのメンバーが命を落としました。スコーピオンは死に、ミッチもカンタオに捕らえられました。V の力があり、ミッチは救出されます。親友の一人を失い、自らも命の危機にさらされていた直後にもかかわらず、V の目的を聞き、その目的を遂行するために必要な情報を手短に伝える姿は冷静沈着そのものです。その甲斐あって V は無事にヘルマンを捕獲することに成功します。その間にミッチはアルデカルドスを集め、命を救った恩を返すかのように V のたどり着いたガスステーションを制圧していました。それから V はレイスにかいわれたソウルを救出するなどして、アルデカルドスからの信頼を得ていきます。そんな時、ミッチの依頼でスコーピオンの葬儀を手伝います。
Hey, Mitch. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing alright, but, meh. So many dead. So many of them good friends, too. Do you know what it's like to lose your best friend?
Yeah. Name was Jackie.
Uh-huh. How'd he go?
Like everyone goes in Night City.
Anyway, come on. Help me out with something.
What?
Some loose ends. Final goodbye. I don't much want to do it alone.
Okay, I'll help.
Come on, then. You're okay behind the wheel, right?
Yeah, and?
We're going for a drive.
Uh-huh. And where?
I can tell you're a city boy. You want to know everything, now, yesterday. A little patience, V. Here in the Aldecaldos, it all stays in the family. Used to be Scorpions, that rig. Now she belongs to me. And my old girl's right next to it.
Nice wheels. Both of them.
Damn right. Out here, those wheels are our life. I'll take Scorpions, you hop in the other.
Seriously, where are we going?
One of Scorpion's favorite spots. I owe him one, V.
Why don't we just take one?
Because we need two.
Shit. You're about as useful as a data term helpline.
You'll see, V. Trust me.
All right, let's go.
Let's hit the road. Follow me.
Mitch, you hear me?
Yep. But more driving, less talking. We're heading for the collapsed bridge. Other side of that hill.
Copy.
Almost there now.
Okay, copy.
Here we are. Go ahead, kill the engine.
Holy shit, Mitch! What the hell?
Relax, V. It's what Scorpion wanted.
He wanted you to stuff him in the trunk like a spare tire?
No, he wanted me to take him here and send him off with a bang. We set him up behind the wheel, douse the car, then light it, let him fly off the edge.
Mitch, you were fucking gonked.
Yeah, quit complaining. Grab me that can, will you?
Here you go.
Great. Go ahead. Put it in the passenger seat.
I see the driver is already behind the wheel.
No point wasting time. Another hour or two, and he'll puff up like a balloon. Right. Shall we get this show on the road?
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. I already got a rag in the can. You light it. I'll start the car.
She's burning! Quick, before she blows!
May the road be kind to you, friend. Out with a bang. Just like he wanted. Soot and ash. That much remains. So, how about a beer?
Sure. I'll drink to a send-off like that.
Well, come on. Ah, nothing like a good cold one.
Agreed. Hey, speaking of, where'd the nickname come from? Scorpion.
Funny. You know, I haven't the slightest idea. Never asked him.
He is Scorpio or something?
Maybe he had a big stinger. Scorpion, you old bastard. I'm gonna miss you, man.
Mitch, why me? Why'd you ask me to help?
You seem like a good egg.
I'm serious.
I don't know, I guess the fact that I'm still here to send him off right. That's thanks to you. Your paths crossed. Just for a moment. But damn, was it the right one? Listen, there's a few things of his you ought to have. Like this little good luck charm. Go on, it's yours.
What is it?
Not a clue. Scorpion always had it on him, no idea why. Listen, I'm gonna sit here for a while, all right? Brood in peace.
Understood. I'll be off then.
Sure. Listen, if you want, you can take my car back to camp. Whatever works for you. Oh, and, thanks, V. For today. And for getting me out of that shit back then, too. You're all right. You're really all right.
Well, well, well.
やがてほどなくして、パナムから連絡があり、ミリテクのパンツァーを強奪する計画を手伝うことになります。ミッチとスコーピオンはもともと軍人で、パンツァーに関しては心得がありました。ミッチとパナムが説得しましたが、うまくいかなかったのでソウルに隠れて作戦を実行することにしました。
You don't talk about the war much.
What's there to say? They just packed you into a Panzer down in Mexico and said full speed ahead, soldier.
And it was weeks talking either to yourself or the onboard AI, drinking iodide like water, because your Geiger wouldn't shut up.
I'm sprouting a rash on my ass just thinking about sitting in that boiling hot coffin.
Uh-huh. But you all can't wait to pack your asses into the basilisk, huh?
That's different.
Completely different. You'll see once you're on board.
強奪は大成功でソウルはすごく怒っていましたが、パンツァーを入手することに成功します。パンツァーが完成した時には V に写真付きでメッセージを送り、 起動が成功した時にはガッツポーズをしています。それからなんやかんやあって、ソウルとパナムは和解します。ファミリーのことを思う二人がようやく手を取り合ってくれたことを、ミッチは後ろで腕を組みながら見守っていました。そんなことをしているうちに V の最後の選択の時がやってきます。V はアルデカルドスの協力を得て、荒坂タワーに突入することを決めました。V の体はもうボロボロなので、しばしば気を失います。そんな V を見守っていてくれたのはミッチでした。優しい。V たちが作戦会議をしている間ミッチは荒坂タワー突入の最終兵器、パンツァーの調整をしていました。アフターバーナーと RPG ランチャーが増設され、ミリテクの部隊とも渡り合えるようになりました。V はソウルによってアルデカルドスに迎え入れられました。普段は腕組みで立っているミッチですが、こういう大事な場面では軍人たちが染みついているみたいですね。新兵装を試すためにミッチと一緒にパンツァーの試乗ができます。女性 V でもロマンスには発展しません。V はそんなことをしている場合じゃないんだ当たり前だろ。パンツァーの調整を済ませるとミッチとゆっくり話すことができます。
You nervous about tomorrow?
It's not a matter of nerves. Not anymore. Don't you want one?
Why the hell not?
Back during the war, before we were first deployed, we were trained to keep stress in check. Do you want to know how?
How?
They gave us chem cocktails. Supplements, boosters, God knows what else. They shot them into our veins. Our biomons went wild, but only for a second before stabilizing, and boy did we stabilize. After a dozen sessions, something clicks in your brain. Neural pathways get rewired. The part of you that generates fear is zapped into oblivion.
Thought they banned chem cocktails during the war even.
Please.
Weren't there outbreaks of cyberpsychosis within units?
And? Do you think Militech gave a lick about that? They just airlifted the afflicted to their clinics in Taiwan. Daily flights. And every day we'd get fresh recruits. Still they pumped us with that shit. But hey, we couldn't argue with the money.
So, not afraid of anything at this point.
If only it was that simple.
ケムカクテルが原因で何にも動じなくなってしまったのか、元々の性格がこうだったのかわかりませんが、なかなか重い過去ですね。
I'm not concerned about tomorrow. Raids like that are second nature. It's what's going on in the camp. No matter. I'm talking silly now.
Come on. All in the family now, isn't it?
The truth is I'm concerned about the goings-on between Pan Am and Saul. They seem to think that putting on a brave face for everyone is enough, but folks here aren't slow. There's gossip spreading like wildfire already. That Saul won't pull through, that he's in it for himself, that this family needs a shake-up.
What about you?
What about me?
What's your take? Saul ought to step down? Pass the torch to Pan Am?
We'll see how things look tomorrow, once the smoke is cleared. Your turn. What do you reckon?
Mitch, not gonna be facing a ragtag band of Raffin or an exposed convoy. If we want to get out of this op alive, they need to have their shit
They're trying.
together.
They might even have started to see eye to eye in their own way. Hell, by now, they both know what's expected of them. What the clan expects of them.
Please tell me Saul offered Pan Am a seat at the table.
And what gave you the idea Pan Am wants a seat to begin with?
Think I get it. Pan Am's about the clan, not power. Question is whether she can reconcile the two.
Hey, don't look at me. It's like this, see? Pan Am's hell-bent on helping you. But Saul sees this whole thing as an opportunity.
Possible loot from Mikoshi.
Mm-hmm. If we pull this off, get our hands on some sweet Arasaka tech that'll set us up down south. Do you follow?
It'll ease folks' fears. Buy Saul some time.
Saul's a smooth operator. He knows what he's doing. Let's just hope he hasn't overplayed his hand. All right, we've gossiped enough for one day. What was just spoken stays between us, okay? I'm gonna poke around some of this baby's insides.
Right. Happy hunting, Mitch.
パナムとソウルの二人についても、なかなか芯を食った考えを持っているようです。パナムが戻ったことで、パナムと対立関係にあったソウルへの信用が揺らいでいると。しかし当のパナムは権力が目的ではないので、ソウルの代わりにリーダーになることはない。ではクランは誰に従えばいいのか？空席に誰も座れない。座らない。荒坂タワーからの強奪が成功すればソウルはクランの信頼を取り戻せるが、そのために無理をして死なれても困る。といった感じでしょうか。建設現場のミリテクに対処したアルデカルドスは掘削機までたどり着きます。が、ミリテクの応援がやってきてしまったため、キャロルたちが孤立状態に。ミッチが救出に向かいます。
Saul! We're talking goddamn suicide!
Look out for yourselves.
They'll kill you!
I'll catch you later.
Saul!
Carol, I'm heading your way. Hang in there. You'll owe me a beer after this.
You two go on up and see what's gotten into her. Once you're mobile, I'll follow. Secure the rear.
Mitch,
I'm here. Safe and sound.
be careful. Please.
I can handle myself, Pan. Likewise for you. Get to Mikoshi in one piece. All right, here we go. Mitch out.
ここの死亡フラグ強すぎて辛い。ということで荒坂タワーから生還しました。
Pan Am. Girl, are you running from Night City or going to your granny's for cookies and milk? Gun it or that storm will catch you.
Screw you.
Mitch, hey.
Hey, V.
Good to hear you, Chum. How's things?
Give me a month and I'll be as good as new. I told you all I'd be fine, didn't I?
Come on, Mitch. You weren't nearly that confident after Mikoshi. None of us were. He was in bed for weeks, a vegetable. It would have been the end of him if not for his synapses. Toughened. Made almost fry-proof in Panzers back in the war.
Did save every one of our asses, though.
Pity Saul's not with us. Or Teddy. Or Bobby. Or Scorpion. They would have kicked your ass out of whack after that move with the Panzer. Then hugged you until you puked.
I know, Pan Am, I know.
Gave us all a chance at a new start. Let's not fuck it up.
I'm glad you're with us, V. See you soon.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, let's get the fuck out of here, shall we?
Hey, how are things? Is everything arranged?
Everything's almost set.
So you found it? Where we thought it would be?
All plans laid and in place?
They are indeed. But someone is supposedly waiting for you. Come see us later. We'll talk about the who, what, and how.
といったところでエンディングです。
Hey, V. It's me, Mitch, remember? You saved my ass from Kang Tao. Well, it doesn't matter if you don't remember, cause I do. Anyway, if you ever need help with anything, I got your back, alright? You just give me a call and I'm in Night City before you know it. Doesn't matter if you want someone to disappear or if you need lunch brought to your office. Literally anything, alright? Alright, take care now. B, hey, can you hear me? Shit, is this thing recording? Okay, well, all of us have been wondering when you're finally gonna drop by. We can get a barbecue going, knock a few back, do a couple of races, or pay a friendly visit to the Raff and Shiv. Guess what I'm trying to say is, well, Badlands could use a badass like you, V. Don't know what you got on your plate right now, but remember, you're welcome out here anytime. All right, now, take care. V, hey. Christ, that run we did. My heart's still pounding. A pack of nomads versus Arasaka. Oh, I mean, the odds were totally stacked against us. I didn't know if we'd get out alive. But hey, we made it. And you know why? Because you were the one leading the charge, V. The craziest, baddest merc from Pacifica to the Appalachians. I don't know what you're up to right now, what your plans are. But just remember, we'd walk through hell and back with you anytime, sister. Until next time, eh? Take care.
終わり。